I got tons of food cooking up in the oven, but like a rude family member on Thanksgiving, YouTube just keeps yammering in my ear to make another video or else I'll lose subscriber. So fuck it, let's talk about some weeb shit. The Neptunia franchise is one that's very interesting, to say the least. It's an RPG series that's mostly centered around 3 lollies and 1 big titty lady who just so happen to be goddesses. The entire series is actually a personification of the console wars, with each group acting as a console manufacturer and each character acting as a specific platform. Even the villains are the personification of game piracy, but to make it more palatable to anime fans, there's some TNA in there. It's a bit like Senran Kagura, but far more focused on referential humor and satire centered around video games and the industry surrounding it. So when Frontier Works announced their new rail shooter, Dimension Tripper Top Nep, just to hold the weebs over until the next waifu simulator releases, I was on that shit like yeah. Alright. It has come to my attention that I can get sued for saying that. If you've ever played Space Harrier, then you know exactly what you're getting into. You zip-zop all over the screen to avoid getting hit while simultaneously shooting or using your sword. You actually earn points when you kill enemies, which tally up as your final score for the leaderboard. So even though it's a console game, it gets to keep some of that arcade charm. However, you can also use those points to revive yourself, which offers the player a hurdle to overcome when replaying the campaign in order to beat their best score. There is a hard mode where this system is just removed, but that's fucking boring. There's also a bar you can fill up by collecting coins, which allows Neptunia's friends to join in on the action. That sounds like the description to a lot of Rule 34 art. There's 9 of them. They're all pretty interchangeable in terms of their usefulness. They all just shoot shit when you shoot, but I am glad that they're added. The level and enemy design as well as the music make each part of game industry feel distinct, which is all I ask for. I absolutely love the little visual details in the game, like in level 3, which is basically just Mario, from the castle to the mushrooms, to even blocks that release coins when they're hit, or level 4, which has all these retro gaming consoles laid out like a landfill, and the boss attacks you with AV cables and DVDs. I love this shit. The art, while very, very pretty, can be a little disorienting perspective-wise the first time you play it. It took me a little bit to acclimate to how it looks. Despite the soundtrack only being 7 tracks long, each and every one of them is unique and are especially fun to listen to outside of the game. Some of them are almost up there with soundtracks like Scott Pilgrim by Anamanaguchi. That's how good this shit is. Now onto the elephant in the room as to why this video is so short. There's only 7 tracks in the soundtrack because there's only 5 levels in the game, and I know what you're saying. It can't be too bad. How long is it? 3 hours? 2 hours? 1 hour? Spoiler alert, I beat this game in 15 minutes. Now, this is an obvious point I have to make that everybody who graduated high school should know, but games are not good or bad solely because of their length. This game being a replayable 15-minute arcadey experience is way better than if it dragged for 5+ hours long. And if you don't agree, you're wrong. With the length out of the way, there's not much else to add. Dimension Tripper Top Nep is like an espresso made of retro video games with an anime aesthetic. It's got great music, nice colors, fun bosses, and it doesn't waste my time with needless difficulty spikes or bullshit mechanics. It's short, sweet, and simple. Like a cereal straw. I was gonna make some hentai joke, but I'm gonna keep it clean today. If you like anime, like the degenerate I know you are, and if you like retro arcade games with pixel art, then there's no reason whatsoever to not spend the measly $5 to play this little gem. Alright, video's over. I gotta get back to work. Get the fuck out of here.